Hello students. So last day we discussed about the different type of motions that there are normally four type of motions present, that is rectilinear motion, circular motion, periodic motion and rotational motion. Already we discussed about these three, that is rectilinear motion, circular motion and periodic motion. And today I am going to discuss with you about the rotational motion. So the rotational motion, rotation means when an object moves towards a axis, then it is called rotation. So when an object rotates or spin about its axis, then it is said to be exhibiting a rotatory motions. Some examples of rotatory motions include the motions of spinning top, rotation of the earth and the other planets, movement of hands of clocks, etc. So, as the name itself suggests that the rotation of earth, the motion of the earth and other planets about their respective axis is an example of rotatory motions. The spinning of the bodies about their central position is a result of inertia. And also the wheels of a moving vehicles as an example of rotatory motions. The wheels of a vehicle rotates with the respect of the axle. This rotation of the wheels helps to move the vehicles in forward or reverse direction. So it is also an example of rotatory motion. Same way, a spinning top. A spinning top is a toy that is externally wrapped with a thread and consists of a pointed tip. This movement of spinning top is one of the best example of rotatory motions. When the spinning top is placed on a surface such that only its pointed end is in the contact with the ground and the thread is pulled with force, the top spin about its own axis till the energy processed by the top gets consumed thoroughly. So it is also an example of a rotatory motion. Also there are present so many examples like merry-go-round, clock ticking, blender, drill machines, etc. etc. So some object may have more than one type of motions at the same time. In the other words, we can say some object may have a combination of two or more different type of motions. For example, if we say about the motion of earth. So, the earth or other planets moves around the sun and it follow a circular orbit path, and after 1 year it back to its own position or original position. So it is a type of periodic motions, as well as it moves through a circular path, then we can say it is a type of circular motion also. But beside these two motion, earth also moves according to their own axis. That's why it is an example of the rotatory motion. So when earth moves around the sun, then there present three type of motions, that is circular motion, periodic motion as well as rotatory motions. For example, if we consider for bicycles, then bicycles rotates towards their axle and moving forward in a straight line. That means bicycle also have rotationary motion as well as it follow a straight line path. That means it also have a rectilinear motions. In case of ball, you can say about the cricket ball. So when a cricket ball move on the ground or a football ball moves in a ground, then it follow the rotational motion as well as rectilinear motion. So there are so many examples where two or more type of motions actually present. So our next topic is transport. Transport or transportation is the movement of human, animals and goods from one location to another. In other words, the action of transport is defined as the particular movement of an organism or thing from a point to another point. There are so many modes of transports include, that is, air, land, water, cable, pipeline and space. The field can be divided into infrastructure, vehicles and operation. So transport enables trade between peoples, which is essential for the development of civilization. Transport infrastructure consists of the fixed installations including roads, railway, airway, waterways, canals and pipelines, and terminals such as airport, railway station, bus stations, warehouse, etc. etc. So there are so many modes. A mode of transport is a solution that makes use of a particular type of vehicles. For example, the ancient people used to travel on horseback and camelbacks, etc. and also use this animal for carrying heavy goods. So, the invention of wheels made a great change in the mode of transformation because it reduced the energy of the animals or human. For example, horse cart and the camel carts, etc. Animals such as bullock, horse and camels were used to pull the vehicles which moved on wheels. And in the beginning of the 19th century, the invention of steam engine also a great move because this engine actually worked by the petrol or diesel or even steam, but it reduced the energy and also it give the more efficiencies, such as this type of engine also used in the run sheaf in the beginnings. Now it is transferred by petrol or diesel engines, and the motorized boat and ship were developed as a means of transport on water. And you also know about aeroplanes, and you know aeroplanes are developed as a means of transport in the airway. So this is also a great moves, and airplanes provide us a very first mode of transport through a air. Next is distance. So when an object move from one place to another place, then the length of the space between these 2 point means the initial position of the object and the final position of the object. So the length between the or space between these 2 points are called distance. For example, if I move from our school to your house, that means my initial position is our school and my final position is your house. That means the space between my initial position and the final position is called the distance. For example, the distance between Raiganj to Kolkata, it is near about 400 kilometer. That means this 400 kilometer indicates the distance between the Raiganj and the Kolkata. That is the main point. Next is measurement. Measurement is a process of comparing an object with a standard unit of measurement. So standard units. So if we want to express something, then we have to use the unit. For example, when you want to measure a distance, then I use kilometer or meter. So this is the unit. Without the unit, we cannot express the things. Now, The measurement is the quantification of attributes of an object or event which can be used to compare with other object or event. The scope and the application of measurement are dependent on the context and discipline. So, in daily life, we can use a variety of objects as a unit of measurement. For example, a handspan or a footstep. So, this footstep or a handspan we use as a length unit. That means that if we want to measure a length, then you can say it is near about 2 handspan. So, this handspan actually used as a unit of the length, but handspan or the footstep cannot be used as a standard unit because it is vary for different human. So we have to use a specific unit for the specific object. So the unit of measurement, actually the length of handspan, forehand and footstep of different person is different. So instead of these things we can use a specific unit. So the unit of measurement which has a fixed value, which does not change from person to person or place to place, is called the standard unit of measurement. And this standard unit can be divided into normally 2 parts, that is called CGS unit and SI unit. SI unit means it is a specific or standard unit, and in SI unit the length actually measured in meter unit, the weight measured in kilogram unit, and the time measured in second unit. So this is the SI unit. Similarly, there present also a CGS unit where the distance or length measured by centimeter unit, weight measured by gram unit, and also there the time is measured by second unit. So this is for today. Thank you.